Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. And so, last night, before I just watched Godzilla versus Kong. It was a pretty good movie. Now, I must stress this, I can't stress this enough. I was trying to upload this last night, this review last night, but something happened and lost the thing. So anyways, so after reflecting on Godzilla versus Kong, I I'm glad, but yeah, at the same time, I'm disappointed in it. Now, don't get me wrong, it is a good movie. It is good. Pretty good. Not the greatest, but not the worst either. It's right smack dab in the middle. Good. Now, here's why I'm disappointed. It ended up in another freaking tie. This is like the fourth tie. This is like the fourth versus movie that we've gotten that ended up in a freaking tie. In a tie. First being Captain America and the Winter Soldier. I would classify that as a tie because it kind of leads into Civil War. Second, that ended up in a tie. Not once, but twice it ended up in a tie. BVS ended up in a tie. With the whole Martha situation. And this ended up in a tie. To be honest, I just want one versus movie that does not end up in a freaking tie. Like, can we get a Wolverine versus Hulk movie that isn't a tie? Please. Just please. Just give us one movie that doesn't end up in a tie. Yes, they did go toe to toe, but in each round, I gotta admit, Kong did pretty much hold his own, but like, it wasn't satisfying enough. You know? Like, yeah, it was kind of satisfying, but it wasn't satisfying enough. You know? Like, for example, in the first round, I guess, if you will, King Kong and Godzilla had that whole sea fight thing. And yeah, it was good. Like, Kong definitely was kicking and punching as apes do. is he an ape or something? I don't know. But whatever. He did pretty good underwater. I was like, oh, snap. Apes can't swim. Like, literally, I said that. I was like, oh, snap. Apes can't swim. But other than that, he pretty much did pretty good. With the whole underwater thing. And then Kong went to his home planet, or home world, or whatever. Apparently, that's where Godzilla's from, too. The inner world, which is interesting. For a rivalry that has continued since the since the golden age of films, since the golden age of the Monsterverse, if you will. Like, these are two iconic people. Well, not iconic people, but iconic characters that I'm pretty sure everybody knows. If you don't watch movies, I'm pretty sure you're gonna know who. I'm pretty sure you know King Kong and Godzilla. Just like there are people who don't know, who never watched a Tarzan movie, but I'm pretty sure they've read some books and some movies. I mean, not some movies, some comics of Tarzan, Hercules, and so on and so forth. But so yeah, with the whole so yeah, Godzilla. So as that comes to a close, Godzilla goes to Japan, and apparently Kong's family is floating in inner world, or the inner world, and that is apparently so far deep down under Tokyo, or where I believe, I think it was Tokyo, or somewhere in Japan. I believe that's where it is. And yeah, so Godzilla's, I don't know, species, I guess, dinosaurs. I think they're dinosaurs. I don't know. I think Godzilla's a dinosaur. Not quite too sure. I think his species is a dinosaur. Could be wrong. Which, is fine. But yeah, he shoots his mouth blast on the ground, and there's like this huge ass hole in Japan, in like this one city in Japan, with some really cool buildings, like futuristic buildings. Like, this is like 2057 type level texture. And while King Kong and Godzilla are fighting, we got Black Alex Jones over here, just like, ooh, ah. I'm joking. But literally, they made a Black Alex Jones in the movie for the movie, I think. I don't know if that's what he was, but he was definitely, this guy was definitely like Alex Jones. Like, the government, unicorns are not real, but mermaids are. I don't know if that's what Alex Jones is, but does what says, but hey. Whatever, you know. So yeah. So by towards the end of the movie, they go toe to toe even more, like so far toe to toe. Like they're throwing. King Kong has the axe that he picked up, and he starts swinging and doing all these like axe play stuff, which was pretty cool. But he barely used the freaking axe. If you're gonna use an axe, use the axe. If you're gonna use a weapon, use the freaking weapon. You know? And then they have Metal Godzilla, which was pretty awesome, by the way. And Kong is just laying down, and Godzilla's taking a beating by Metal Godzilla. I don't know the right name for Metal. I'm not quite too sure on what the metal version of Godzilla is. But yeah, he takes a beating by Metal Godzilla, and like, okay, cool. But why? You know, like, okay, interesting, but why is this necessary? Why do we need Metal Godzilla to whoop regular Godzilla's ass? Like, what's the point? Hold on, my phone just gave me the update that it needs to be charged because it's at 20%. Anyways, so yeah, like what's the point? So yeah, so that happens, and so King Kong is apparently close to death. So they jumpstart his heart, because as you do with a big fat, with a 20-foot-inch gorilla just almost gonna, you know, that's knocking on death's door, because, you know, 20 foot, however inches Godzilla, King Kong is, gets his heart jump started. And so they jump start his heart. Okay, fine. Cool. And then he starts whooping. He starts going he starts going off on Metal Godzilla, and like their Metal Godzilla is taking a massive ass whooping from King Kong, and like Metal Godzilla does kind of fare relatively good, or relatively he does pretty good for himself, but not too good. And then regular Godzilla helps King Kong just rip Metal Godzilla to shreds. And I mean to shreds. And then they just like... Oh, and Metal Godzilla sends regular Godzilla off, and King Kong is just like, I'm gonna go ham on Metal Godzilla while you sleep. And he picks up the axe again, because at this point he didn't really use it, but you know. So he uses it on Metal Godzilla, and he just like takes the axe and whoosh, hits Metal Godzilla with the axe, and like Lizzie Borden style. No, I kid. But seriously, he uses it on Metal Godzilla, and he just like rips. Like Hulk Hogan, Iron Giant rips. Just rips Metal Godzilla's head clean off his body, and just like Stone Cold Steve Austin, just like, oh yeah, that is just so refreshing. Like, interesting, damn. And like, so Godzilla comes up and gets up, and he's like, just screams, and then just leaves, and that's pretty much a tie. Like, they literally ended up in a freaking tie. In my opinion, it was a tie. Like, did we really need another movie that ended up in a tie? Like, was it truly necessary to give us a tie? Like, it was literally a tie at the end of the movie. Like, that's fine and handy dandy, but like, someone needs to freaking win here. You know? Which I'm pretty sure there will be another one, because like, I understand they probably wanted it to end up in a tie because they want to do more and go back with the whole, okay, someone's gonna win, the other's gonna most likely lose, which is fine. But if they do another movie with the same characters, and the sequel, if they decide to do a sequel, ends up in another freaking tie, I am going to be so disappointed. Because one needs to win. There has to be a winner. Which, okay, fine. First one is a winner. Is a tie. That could work. That's fine. But if you're gonna do a sequel to Kong versus Godzilla, or Godzilla versus Kong, someone needs to frickin' win in the sequel. That's all I'm asking. That's all I want. Someone to frickin' win. Either Godzilla wins next in the sequel, or King Kong. Whoever wins, that's fine. But if you're gonna do more, the loser has to win the next one in the next movie. Like, that's what I feel. That's what I think should happen if you're planning on doing more. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys so far right now. I will be back later. I got some other things to do and other reviews to do much later today. Also, tomorrow's gonna be pretty busy. So, yeah, that's gonna happen. So please stay tuned for that and for those. And yeah, that's all I have. See you guys later. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.